Overwatch Apex Season 2, energized by Hot 6 Round Robin. Today's matchup, Meta Athena, BK Stars.
And welcome everybody to Overwatch Apex Season 2. I am Doe. With me is Achilleos again. Monte Cristo has gone missing, but if you clap your hands and wish really hard, I bet he's going to be back next week, guys. So
say his name 3 times.
That's right. Monte Cristo, Monte Cristo, Monte Cristo. Oh, sometimes he does like the Beetlejuice thing, right? He appears. Doesn't happen. Not today anyway. Sorry, guys. Achilleos is still pretty cool, but you know what's even cooler? Sorry, cooler than you. It's Meta Athena, man, taking on BK Stars. Our first best of 5 of the night. Should be awesome, man. We had the global teams here last week, and now today we get the Korea versus Korea, and I'm excited because the teams that came in this season, the new ones that came through promotions, you casted that tournament. Meta Athena is one of them, and they're looking pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, Meta, they call themselves Meta now. Meta Athena.
They were the meta before.
Yeah, they were the meta. Now Meta Athena. I have to think that they might have named that out off of the Overwatch computer system that Winston
Quite
has.
possible.
But they were an oddball team coming in to the promotion tournament. They didn't adhere to the meta at all. They ran different compositions. I mean, they did shift, and then we saw the triple tank come out from them in a couple of those matchups. But
Sure.
for the most part, they were trying to invent new ways to play the game. They had some really interesting picks throughout the duration of the promotion tournament that helped them get here into Apex Season 2. And I mean, they came into that promotion tournament very strong, undefeated in the second season of Challenger. They shot their way to the top of the charts, went undefeated throughout the duration of that tournament, had a map scoreline, I believe, of 33 wins and 5 losses throughout, but didn't drop a single match the entire time. And they were the only team to take a win off of LW Red throughout. So they came in really strong, struggled a little bit in their first match in the promotion tournament against Rhinos Gaming Titan. They crushed them on the first map of Nepal, but then it was a little bit back and forth throughout the rest of that set. So it was a little questionable, will these guys be able to make it in because they don't look as strong as they're supposed to? But they won that matchup, and they continued onward, and now here they are in Apex Season 2. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do against some of the more veteran teams in this tournament. BK Stars, making it into the playoffs in Season 1 should give them a bit of a run for their money.
Yeah, BK Stars went 3-0 in their Apex Season 1 group. They finished ahead of Kungdu Unsia, Energy, and MVP Space. So, to be fair, it wasn't the strongest group in the tournament. Kungdu Unsia ended up being pretty good at the end there, but Energy, MVP Space, not really tough opponents for those guys. So, it's going to be interesting to see what they can do this season, because it's certainly going to be more difficult. And Meta Athena, from what you've described and from what we've seen in the promotion tournament, sounds like they're going to be a little bit tougher. I think it's important to note, too, that MVP Athena in the promotion tournament cruised through the group 2-0, and they also 3-0'd MVP Infinity, the team that we saw give Envious a little bit of a run for their money next week. Last week, rather.
That's one of those things that also comes with a little bit of a, you have to take a grain of salt with that because Envious hadn't practiced in so long. They had a lot of travel that they had to do, going from Apex back to, they had to go to Vegas for MLG.
MVP Infinity looked really good, though. They had the coordination, they had the combos and all that, but you are right.
I'm not trying to discredit that team.
It wasn't Envious at their best, perhaps. But here's a bit of info about the tournament, guys. A prize pool of 200 million won, and of course we have that fight money each match. 1 million won, about, roughly $900 or so. Gets divided up between the two teams. Winner takes 80%, so a little bit of extra incentive to try your hearts out. Not like these guys didn't want to win anyway. Come on, man. But I think we're going to have a couple of good matches today. And honestly, looking at these two best of 5s, we should mention our second one today is going to be Lunatic High taking on Afrika Freaks Red, which is going to be awesome. But both of these are kind of hard to call. You look at these matchups, and you can't really say definitively who's going to win this one. BK Stars, of course, certainly coming in on paper, perhaps the team that would be favored in that first best of 5. But you know, the way Meta Athena's been playing, it certainly seems like they could at least make it close.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a toss-up. I mean, Lunatic High as well. Most recently, we saw them at IEM Gyeonggi. Lost to LW Red, which was basically effectively LW Blue at this point. You know,
or vice versa.
Yeah, a 3-1 loss to LW Red in that tournament. So looking like they were a little bit shaky, having some trouble adapting to the current changes. We didn't see them make it into the final for Apex Season 1. You know, Africa Blue was the team that did it. So now they have to go up against Africa Red, who seems like they are stronger than their sister team.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the word is coming out of a lot of the scrims here in Korea, that Africa Red is really kind of the team to beat right now. So that one could be interesting. Of course, if you've seen the show before, you know our format, but this is how it is. In case you're new, we have best of 5, of course, and we'd go control, assault escort, assault escort, assault escort. So basically, we start on control. That map is chosen by OGN. And then after that, the loser gets to choose from the map pool for that map type for the next match, or next game, rather.
Yeah. So we progress that way, and then if we have to have a tiebreaker, it is a best of 1 played on Oasis. I believe we have as our tiebreaker map still.
I think it is still on Oasis, but we'll find out if we get there, I suppose. We've seen some matches already today. Envious, LW Blue, Cloud9, and Kong to Panthera all grabbing wins in their first best of 5s, and today we get to see the other teams in Group A and B to kind of decide who will be on the top and the bottom of that group, at least after the first matches anyway. Each team ends up playing 3 in the group stage. Yeah,
a little bit of a rough start there for Misfits and Fnatic, not able to get those wins on the board, but plenty more to go around in this round-robin group stage. So, I mean, Misfits arguably still coming in with that hardest group, Lunatic High, Africa Red. We're going to have to see how they perform today, and that'll kind of give us a judgment of whether or not Misfits will be able to really compete with that squad. I think they had just a little bit of an off performance in their first day, and they can bounce back from that one. So excited to see them later on in the tournament. For now, we do have Meta Athena versus BK Stars to kick things off. And like you said, we really don't know where this one's going to go.
Yeah, man. I mean, Meta Athena, really I would say the key to this one is they just have to prove themselves on the big stage. I mean, they were in these booths for the promotion tournament, a lot of pressure there, but now here's the main event. You know, now you're going up against BK Stars, who crushed their group in Season 1. A very strong team, even though they have lost a couple people. The new additions for them seem strong. We'll talk a little bit about that later. But the pressure really is on Meta Athena to be the team that performs in this first match.
Yeah. I mean, you bring up, you know, Meta has played in these booths. They have played in front of an audience, but not anything to this degree. The audience right now still filling up. We'll see how full it gets. It is a weekday. But with Lunatic High, you know, coming in later on, I think that we're going to have a packed arena. But the promotion tournament was open to the public. You could walk in if you really wanted to, but it was leading up to the holidays, you know, kind of a little bit of an awkward time to just go out and, you know, watch some esports. So they haven't played in front of this many people in a live audience, and that could really impact them with the nerves when they come in to play this match against BK Stars. So we'll have to see how they're going to adapt to that, whether or not they can break through the pressure or if they're going to cave under it, because they've already proven that they are, while a team that's willing to experiment and try things out, they're also a little bit stubborn, because they'll try something, it might not work, and then they'll just keep trying to just grind it into success, and sometimes it doesn't work at all.
You know, I totally agree with you. More than anything, when I was watching those the VODs of the promotion matches, it seemed like they had this very big reluctance to kind of change heroes. They were like, this is what we're going to do on this point on this map, and it's going to work. And when it started to not work sometimes, they just seemed very resistant to making those changes they needed to, which was a little bit weird to me, I thought, because they seem to have fairly deep hero pools overall on this team. It seems like there's a lot of guys, especially like Saya player, who's able to play a good amount of heroes well. So it's kind of weird to see that depth and also this kind of resistance to change when it seems like you need to. So that's going to be kind of one of the things that we can keep an eye on today, is see if they have a little bit more willingness to be flexible, be a little bit more reactive, because it's pretty important these days. Let's learn a bit more about them.
이 더 메타의 장점, 리드미컬하다. 싸움을 굉장히 좋아해가지고
다양한 전략들과 다양한 픽들이 정말 많이 나와요.
더메타 팀에서 서포터 역할을 맡고 있는 너스 김종석이라고 합니다. 저희 더메타 팀은 에이펙스 챌린저스 리그에서 전승을 하고 이제 시즌 2 1부 리그에 합류하게 된 팀입니다. 저희 팀 같은 경우는 이제 제가 오더로서 공격적인 플레이를 하는 플레이어들로 이루어져 있고, 수비든 공격이든 그냥 똑같은 형식으로 계속 상대방을 압박하고 궁극기 이득을 취하는 그런 팀입니다. 이번에 주목해야 할 선수는 리베로 선수로 저는 생각을 하고 있습니다. 이번에 새로 오는 메타에 잘 적응해서 리베로 선수가 키플레이어로서 겐지라던가 파라, 비주류 여러 캐릭터들을 모두 다 사용할 수 있기 때문에 말 그대로 올라운더 중 하나라고 판단하고 있습니다. 챌린저스 상위팀이랑 16강 팀들이랑 솔직히 별 차이는 없다고 보거든요. 지금 스크림 성적으로도 그렇고 엄청 강력해진 그런 리빌딩된 모습을 보이고 있어서 4강을 갈 수 있다고 저는 판단하고 있어요. 아니면 결승이나. 전략 아니면 그 팀만의 색깔 그거를 아예 허를 찌르고 나와서 역으로 공격하는 예측이 불가능한 그런 전략들을 많이 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
All right, well, there you have it. Meta, Athena, Nuss sitting in the captain's chair, I suppose you could say with that. But these guys are exciting. And he mentioned Libero being the key player on that team, and Libero does have this sort of depth with sort of less meta normal heroes. He's also a great Mei player as well as all that. But man, it's all about this guy right here for me, Saya player. Incredible 76 player, incredible Tracer player. Can't wait to watch that guy in this match.
I mean, you mentioned those, and I do have to agree with you that I think that this is actually the key player for this squad. But I mean, we just saw the recap of that play. Boosted up on the main wall as the McCree. That's another massive pick for Saya player that he's shown off throughout the promotion tournament. So really going to have to keep our eyes on this guy because, I mean, once that play came out, it hit the front page of Reddit. Everyone's just like, my God, how is this guy so good? Probably one of the closer rivals to Nanohana as far as his accuracy goes. He is just insane on multiple heroes. His champion pool, or his hero pool, is quite strong. And Saya player, I think that he really is going to be the DPS that can carry the meta to success.
Yeah.
Meta Athena, I have to get used to that.
The meta Athena, yeah. Well, there they are. Got a cool logo too. And more than anything, you know, they're what you would call a diamond in the rough, right? They may not be the most consistent team when you watch these guys. One engage looks flawless, another engage looks pretty awful. But hopefully, over the season, we'll see them polish it up a little bit. Their opponents, too, a team well known to Apex fans in Korea and abroad, BK Stars. They made it to the playoffs last season. Let's check them out now.
안녕하세요. 저는 BK팀 서포터 현재 루시오 하고 있는 트윙클이 이명빈입니다. 저희가 아마추어 팀인데도 불구하고 시즌 1에서 4강이란 조금 높은 자리에 서게 됐는데 이번 시즌에서도 좋은 모습 보여드리기 위해서 많이 노력하고 있습니다.
이거는 그냥 순수 다른 아무것도 아닌 실력이거든요.
첫 시즌에 가장 다크호스로 뛰어오르고 있습니다.
이번 시즌에 딜러랑 서포터 한 자리가 바뀌게 됐는데 한 자리씩 오펜스에 도현이가 빠지고 카르페 선수가 들어왔는데 겐지랑 맥크리를 같이 쓰는 선수가 좀 적은데 둘 다 잘 써줘가지고 지금 매우 좋은 방향으로 흘러가고 있고요. 많은 사람들이 우려를 표해 주셨는데 그거랑 다르게 좋은 모습 보여드릴 수 있을 것 같습니다. 아직까지는 3탱커가 좀 유행을 하고 있는 것 같긴 한데 팀에 트레이서나 겐지 잘하는 유저가 있어가지고 공격적으로 하는 게 저희 팀 색깔에 맞는 것 같아요. 저희 팀 목표는 4강 그 이상입니다. 저번 시즌에 아마추어 최강자 팀이라고 많이 불러주셨는데 이번 시즌에도 그렇게 되도록 많이 노력하겠습니다.
BK Stars, hey there on your screen, and it's great to see these guys back again. Their tanks, Alarm and Burner, so good at having that coordination. We saw the bigger bang combo in the highlight video there, with the Graviton Surge into the self-destruct. And then, of course, you can't say enough about Bunny, their incredible DPS player. And it'll be cool to see, you know, how the new additions work. I've talked to some players around the league right now. Prove is apparently a pretty well-respected Ana player. And Carpe has supposedly a pretty deep hero pool, so we'll see what they bring to this team.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a couple different roster shuffles so far throughout the tournament from these Korean teams. We weren't really sure how they were going to impact, but so far it seems to be working out pretty well. We'll see if the same can be said for BK Stars as we do get ready to dive into the first game. But, I mean, Carpe on your screen coming in as DPS alongside Bunny. He's got some you know, pretty big shoes to try to match. Not necessarily fill, he's not replacing him, but to keep up with Bunny, that's going to be a bit of a tall order here for him. So we'll see if he's able to bring the same level of performance that we've seen from Bunny in the past.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't like the cute little bunny. This is like the bunny from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It's like flying through the air and tearing people's throats out, which is basically kind of what Tracer does. Only she shoots you. She doesn't actually bite your throat. That'd be really creepy, man.
It'd be an odd, really odd modification of the game if that happened.
It would be, yeah. She
You do
becomes
another-
like a melee player.
It'd be like a, the next Halloween event. Everyone turns into vampires.
They're like teleporting zombies. That sounds great. You're welcome, Blizzard. That idea is on us. Well, here we go. The most picked heroes you can see by player. Of course, Burner. No surprise to see him on that Zarya. Hoon as well. We've got a couple good Zarya players in this match, which is a hero that, we've seen more of lately, but there was a while where she kind of dropped off a bit. It was Diva, it was Reinhardt, it was Roadhog. But guess what? Zarya's back in a big, big way.
Yeah, she's been becoming a more popular pick for multiple teams. I mean, setting up, as we saw in that highlight reel, the big bangs, the bigger bangs coming through.
Well,
having that Graviton Surge can just be so valuable to your squad.
These teams especially really do like running combos specifically off of the Graviton Surge, especially BK Stars. So yeah, no doubt we're going to see a lot of that today. And let's find out what our first map is going to be. OGN has elected to choose. I'd love to see Oasis, but I think that's our tiebreaker one. Looks like it's going to be Ilios again. All right. Not a lot of Ilios.
As
but,
per usual.
Yeah. You know what, as a player, as a, mediocre ranked Overwatch player, I really enjoy Ilios. I think it's a fun map.
It is a fun map. I mean,
I love playing on it.
It's good to see, that I see Ilios at Apex as much as I see it in my solo queue.
That's a good point.
It's just
I don't
always
mind, though.
popping up.
I just play Roadhog, and I drop people down the well, and I wave at them as they fall. It's fun. You just pull them right to the edge and drop them down.
Get the
Good
whole
times.
hog push off on
Yeah.
Lighthouse.
You sneak behind the enemy team when they're trying to push you, just push them all into the well. It's great. I love that stuff. We'll see what these teams have in store for us on Ilios. The control map has been kind of a crazy one. We saw it in every match last week. The Korean team always beat the global team, but this week, finally, a Korean team must lose the control map. We'll find out, guys. Time to go to Ilios and see if Meta Athena or BK Stars will take the early lead in our first best of 5 of the night. You are watching Apex Season 2. Let's get in the game. All right, well, it's time for one of these teams to get the win anyway.
Yep, gonna kick things off with Ruins.
Ah, yes, the good old Ruins. It's kind of a crazy point, the way that the control point is sort of down in that pit. It's kind of like the pit of despair. You don't really want to be in there if your team controls it, because you'll probably just get killed.
But you have to be in there to make sure the enemy team doesn't control
Well,
it.
you have to get in there, to stall it out. You kind of like dip your toes in during a fight, but you don't want to jump in there as much as possible. Libero is a pretty notable Mei player, so we'll see if he actually goes with it for this point. It'll be a little bit interesting.
And Saya player right now showing the Widowmaker could swap off of that, but I mean, we have seen Widow coming out on Ruins.
Yeah, it's not a bad point for it.
Okay, actually looks like he will be swapping over, so actually going to be moving to the Tracer.
Okay.
Not
Makes a bit
kicking
more
things
sense.
off with his McCree,
Yeah.
his most played today.
And Libero on that Diva now, which makes a bit more sense than the Mei as well. So Saya player gets on board, and man, Saya player versus Bunny rather, is quite the Tracer matchup. I'd love to
nice
see a duel between those guys. Yeah, Libero up, chasing down Alarm. Alarm has to back away. Carpet goes down a little bit early in the backlines, and Saya player already kind of staking his claim on the point here.
Yeah, he's dashing into the back line, trying to get onto Twinkle, burn him down as best as possible.
Yeah.
I think he'd also settle for Proof, but he goes low, has to go back with the recall. Still only, it's about 80 HP, so has to peel back pretty hard. And that's going to be BK Stars establishing dominance off the bat as they go ahead and get the first cap of the point.
Yeah, going for a little bit more of a divey composition as we see Bunny try to harass Meta right now, but using that Genji, using that Winston, is trying to be a little bit more aggressive. We saw Meta Athena talk in the pre-video about how they wanted to be the aggressors, but right now it's all BK Stars. Bunny going for that ult, but not able to find any kills with the false bomb just yet. Carpe does get one though.
Really good recall there from Bunny, getting himself out of dodge, keeps himself alive for the time being. And BK Stars, they've been doing really well to hold this point, taking out Hoon.
Yeah.
That's going to put a big stopper on the Meta's advance, and also just really deny that ultimate charge away from the Zarya. He's at 60% at the moment.
I mean,
we still has a ways to go.
We might see a bit of a alt-oriented fight from the meta coming in soon. They're going to have them soon, but BK Star is very close to having a few more even. Alpha now over on the Winston. Meta Athena making choices there. They swap over to the sound barrier and pop it right away. Carpe has the Dragon Blade out though. Looking for kills, gets one on Delibero, who's now on the Reaper, but not able to find a whole lot else. Meanwhile, Meta Athena taking half of that control meter, but not able to quite hold on yet, it looks like.
Yeah, they're able to get rid of Chris and Alpha at the end of that, so
yeah.
Meta still going to be respawning in. Hoon still only getting 20% charge off of that push, so still needs to build up, try to get that Graviton Surge. You can see Saya player has that Pulse Bomb ready to go, could be looking for the Big Bang combo.
Yep, so
they need to have the setup, and they need it to work. If they can deny that Pulse Bomb away from Saya player, dodge it out. If he doesn't place it correctly, that could be the game going over to BK Stars.
There we go. Hoon looking for an opportunity with his Graviton Surge. He's going to go ahead and drop it down. Where's the combo? Saya player not even needing that Pulse Bomb, man. He just unloads with the left click, and that's going to help them maybe take the point for the first time here on Ilios.
Yeah, it's looking like it. You can see Bunny dashing in, trying to deny the cap as best as he can, but he has to peel back before he loses his life. So the cap does come through from Meta. 93% gain for BK Stars, but now they're going to be fighting from the back foot, have to get the retake. Have a couple ultimates to work with. Self-destruct only almost coming in for Bernard.
Yep, 93% for BK Stars right now. Pretty close, but you know, if Meta can hold it, they can catch up easily. Hoon having to back away, going down about half health. Has to avoid the Winston here. Alpha gets a kill on Approve though, and BK Stars starting things off a little bit short-handed here as they try to push Meta Athena back.
Yeah, Libero also just sitting on this Death Blossom, ready to just dive into the middle of the pit and use that if he needs to, but again, can just hold on to it for a considerable amount of time. Meta are able to hold the point as they tick up past 40%, get, I believe that was 5 kills onto BK Stars. A really nice hold by them. Didn't have to expend too much as well.
Yeah, I feel like we may see Alarm have to swap away from this Winston. It's a pretty hard hero to run into the Reaper, of course. I mean, you know, Reinhardt isn't ideal maybe on this point, but it might be time to swap as soon as you use that Primal Rage. Libero gets the nano boost, gonna look for some kills here. A little bit confused, finds Prove though, going after a burner now on that Diva. Blocking a little bit of the damage, but overall Meta Athena, again, still having no trouble at all holding this point. And no kills from that self-destruct on the BK Stars side of things. Libero not even needing to use that Death Blossom. Messiah player picks up a kill on the opposing Tracer. Bunny going down.
Wow.
Goodbye burner. He's just going to end himself there, it looks like. And 75 control percent now built up for Meta Athena. They are getting pretty close to taking the lead here.
And yet again, they didn't have to use much of anything. They used the nano boost coming out from Nuss. They used the Primal Rage from Alpha, but Sire player, he's got a Pulse Bomb back. Hoon still has the Graviton Surge. Libero still has the Death Blossom, so there's still a ton of combo potential, and we might be seeing that right now. Shield does come down from Alarm, trying to keep the team alive. He pops the Primal Rage, and he'll jump out. Now that's going to be Dragon Blade into the nano boost coming through on the Carpe, but he falls immediately. Libero taking him out, and it looks like the meta are just trying to turn this on its head, but it's not working out for them. Only 1 kill picked up, and BK Stars, they're starting to advance back. You can see Hoon trying to peel back onto the high ground into the pit, but he's just getting chased out by Alarm consistently, and that's going to be the recap coming through for BK.
Yeah, Burner was a hero in that fight, man. He was able to chase down and execute on a couple of the kills that had been set up with the combo from the Pulse Bomb that Bunny used. Now they just need to hold the point, though. It's so close, 99% already. There's a sound barrier used by BK Stars as they try to hold on. If they can survive through the overtime, they'll take this one in the end anyway. And Meta Athena kind of streaming in a little bit one by one. The coordination is a bit suspect right now.
Yeah, they're just losing members constantly. Chris is going to go down now. Saya player just respawning. He's going to be dashing his way back into the pit with that Tracer. Should be able to arrive to deny, but Meta, they're just losing way too many players.
Yeah, here we go. Nano boost onto Burner just to help secure that one. Saya player is trying to be elusive right now. He's not dead quite yet, but he's not on the point. And BK Stars will come back and claim Ruins in the end. It was a close affair. I think we're in for a pretty good best of 5.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just the the one trade back there, BK getting the initial cap. Meta, they get it. They hold it for so long, but just can't close it out in the end. Really good stuff by BK coming in with that recapture.
Yeah. Wow. Well, you know, it was well played for the most part by Meta Athena. I think the swap to the Reaper was a really good idea, and it worked well against Alarm's Winston for a large part of that. It made it a little bit tougher for the Genji to get close to if he didn't have the Reflect up. But, you know, in the end, BK Stars, I think, just kind of staying calm, finding the right fight, and then just able to hold it that little bit longer. So I feel like we kind of saw the veteran status of BK Stars kind of coming in there at the end.
Yeah, and you can see Bunny. Last time we spotted him on this Tracer back in the semifinals.
Dude, he is
Just
so good on that Tracer.
absolutely destroyed. So, I mean, showing that yet again here today as we move over onto Lighthouse. Already BK posturing up inside of the point, and they're getting a pretty firm hold here. Who just stuck in the corner, loses half of his HP, but looks like he will be able to back off. But without Alpha, they don't have many ways to push in. But a lot of picks are coming through for Meta. They take out 3 members of BK Stars.
Yeah, you know, it was just a big brawl in the on the control point, but in the end, you know, Meta Athena, the ones coming out with the kills. We saw like Bunny miss his hook, Alarm just standing there with the shield, and the Saya player helping clean up.
He's got the pulse bomb, doesn't want to throw it out onto the mech in case it gets eaten, but
Yeah,
it
not
doesn't
yet.
matter. They'll go ahead, they'll take out Bernard, and that should just be the cap coming through from Meta. So really good hold on them despite losing Alpha really early on into the push.
Yeah. Bunny coming in trying to get a bit of revenge. He's so low though. I mean, he kind of just jumped in there by himself, and BK Star is paying for this one a little bit. Oh, goodbye. Alarm does go down though. Libero fighting back on that Diva himself. They managed to take down Twinkle. So Meta Athena still should hold the point.
Yeah, I mean, BK Stars, like, they're not going to be able to cap yet, but honestly, those aren't the worst trades. Sion player killed himself by picking up the kill onto Bunny with a pulse bomb, as well as Alpha, throwing out the shockwave just to knock down Proof. Got the kill, but then lost his life, so now has to charge that Earth Shatter back up. So honestly, if you're BK Stars, that's not the worst change or exchange for you, but now you can see Hoon pushing forward, gets a really big Graviton Surge. Libero into the back line, looking for that self-destruct, won't be able to find it. Instead, he's going to get popped out of the mech.
Yeah, well, that one did land. Gets the mech back right away. Meanwhile, Carpe has a nano boost. Used that tack visor. Didn't get a ton out of it, though. BK Stars overall forced back. They're starting to make a little bit more progress, so nano boost, though now onto Hoon.
Oh my God,
nice
Saya!
Saya player comes in with the pulse bomb. How in the world did he find that one?
Hopefully we get a replay of that one,
Yeah.
Doa, because that was a magnificently placed pulse bomb. Picks up the triple kill just with the explosion alone, and then follows up with even more. The effective team kill coming out onto BK Stars and Meta. They hold firm with the point right now, 70% on the clock for them.
Yep.
And BK, this is looking pretty grim because they only have one ultimate. It's just the Earth Shatter. They used so much in that last exchange.
Yeah, they need to land a pretty epic one. He's going to try for it. Blocked, though. Not going to happen. Alarm does get charged. Oh, but nice sleep dart. Takes him down before the charge finishes. Bunny coming in for a little bit of revenge. He does find some kills, so it was enough disruption anyway from Alarm that BK Stars were able to get the kills and maybe take this point back again.
And Libero, he's flying around trying to delay as much as possible. Won't pop the self-destruct, just wants to wait for the rest of the team to come through. That will be BK capping for the first time, but it's 98% for Meta. You have to think that if they get the retake, then that might just be a victory coming through from them. So really long hold. Gonna have to come through for BK if they want to walk away with this first map. Again, this is a best of 3. This is not a best of 5.
Yep. That's right. Hoon goes for that Graviton Surge. Wow, really just lobs it in there. And there's a big bang. Saya player getting 1. Got a few other members fairly low. Libero, though, gets 3. And that's how you use the self-destruct, man. Meta Athena taking back the point. It looks like they may be able to tie this up. Yeah, they will.
Wow.
Ooh, that was a fight.
So, I mean, when one explosion doesn't work, use multiple explosions. So, you know, Pulse Bomb not getting a whole lot, but Libero having that self-destruct to really follow up.
Yeah.
Just absolutely annihilates BK Stars. So Meta really well fought on Lighthouse, controlled that, you know, almost the entire game.
I would say so. And BK Stars finds themselves possibly on the verge of losing this first map. 1-1 right now.
All comes down to well.
Yep. This one in there pretty close. And I gotta say, it's funny to see, or it's fun rather, to see these two Tracer players just try to outdo each other. We've seen pretty good stuff from Bunny and Saya player. And it really has been kind of some of those big Tracer ult combos that have set up the wins here. Let's watch that last fight again.
Yeah, I mean, just really good Graviton Surge placement coming through from Hoon. Lines up into that double bang, I guess we could say. But, I mean, you don't even get the replay of the first one that Side player was able to throw out, getting that quad kill.
Yeah, sending right in the health pack there helps him get a little bit of a lead in the duel against Bunny. Smart little moves starting things off. Bunny has to be a little bit careful here.
Yeah, he's going low, almost going down. Looks like he will have the heals coming through. Libero just pushing forward into the face of the tank. He's going to find Winston midair. There's a lot of headshots in, and Alarm, you just can't do anything after you use the leap.
Yeah, just a really good follow by Libero on that Diva, and it looks like BK Star is going to be able to take the point first. They managed to push Meta Athena back far enough anyway to take the point.
Yeah, I mean, that was looking really good for Meta to start things off, but BK, you know, they found their foundation right inside the point.
Yeah.
And they're able to shove back, so really good hold by them. But, I mean, if we've learned anything from these first 2 maps so far, Doa, it's that there will be a recap from Meta. There very well could be a capture after that from BK. And it's just going to be back and forth throughout.
Carpe has the Dragon Blade. He's going to pull it out, going in, looking for the kill onto Anna, trying to find one. There's her reflect, avoiding the sleep dart, gets Nuss, comes back on after nearly falling to his death. Meanwhile, Saya player wins the Tracer duel, and now he's going to get a little bit more from kill onto Twinkle here. DK Stars fighting for their lives, but Meta Athena should be able to retake here.
Yeah, looks like it. Into the pit goes at Bernard's. Going to go ahead and execute himself so he can respawn with the rest of the team. So we got a decent hold on that. Almost 50% coming through for BK, but Meta now have 3 ultimates to use and almost have that Graviton Surge. We've already seen what they can do with that and the Pulse Bomb, but they still have that self-destruct to couple with it. So expect a very firm hold here from the Meta. They very well could push forward towards the spawn of BK.
Yeah, Nano Boost was used onto Alpha there, as BK Stars not again able to find the fight they were looking for.
Oh, poor Carpe.
Yeah, everybody jumps on the well.
He just wanted to get out of the pit and they wouldn't let him.
Nope. Does happen. Carpe, not to be confused with carp, the oily freshwater fish that generally sits along the bottom of rivers or lakes. There you go. There's your carp education.
Fish facts of the day?
Yeah.
No.
It's carpe though, not carps. Oh, Hoon getting aggressive here. Looking for an opportunity. There's a Graviton Surge. Where's the follow-up? There's a Pulse Bomb. And no kills off of that. Maybe got a few people low enough to try to capitalize. Meanwhile, Carpe's got the Nano Boost. Dragon Blade ready to go. Gonna go in now, look for a couple kills, see what he can find.
Not finding a whole lot of anything.
Nothing.
Almost goes down into the well. He's gonna lose the Dragon Blade and that Nano Boost. Now dashing forward, has a big deflect coming in. Let's pick up a kill onto Chris, but he's gonna pay for it with his own life as Libero takes him out. And looks like Meta Athena might just be able to hold the point for a bit longer. They still have Saya player just dashing around, making sure that BK can't get any percentage up on the board.
Yeah, I mean, this Genji for BK Stars has not been working out. Carpe really has not been able to get a lot of kills with the Dragon Blade, put on a lot of pressure. Libero just pops a self-destruct just to hold the point a little bit longer. BK Stars coming back in again.
Self-destruct coming through now.
Yeah. Oh, wow, he got Prove. Whoa, big mistake for Prove to get caught there. Didn't see how that maybe happened. Not sure if he got stuck in a kind of a rough situation, but either way, that is not a loss that they can afford right now.
Definitely not.
Goodbye.
Just going to be losing more and more members. It's into overtime. 99% here for Meta. Just need to hold on a little bit longer. And yeah, with the kills coming through, I mean, Bunny, he's trying to dash his way back. They know that he's coming in, though. He will get a kill onto Chris, but still, he needs to play like an absolute hero at the moment if he wants to elongate this game. But it looks like it's not going to happen. Meta Athena, they hold on to it, and that's going to be map 1 going over to them.
Wow. And that was a fun one to watch. I mean, because when you have teams that are so good at executing those Tracer Pulse Bomb combos, a lot of the time it comes down to, you know, who's able to sort of land that one at the best time, right? And, you know, we saw not only Meta Athena land that, but we also saw Saya player, I feel like, follow them up a little bit better. He was getting a little bit more on the individual pick side with that Tracer than Bunny was. So I think in the terms of Bunny versus Saya player on the Tracer battle, Saya player kind of taking the early lead in this best of 5 on that one.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, really strong performance from him.
Yeah. Look good. Beware, the camera is always watching.
Kind of get the... It might have been implied that that might actually be Saya player's family.
Could be.
Here to watch. Would make sense. First day here for Meta Athena.
Well, a lot left to go yet in this best of 5, and as we move on to the hybrid maps, the escort maps, you know, it really does test the team's versatility, you know, strategically. So Control is all about, you know, like individual team wombo combo coordination, individual outplays, but now we get to see where the real meat of the team strategy comes in. I'm excited about this part of Best of 5 a little bit more, maybe.
Yeah, I also want to see what BK Stars is going to, you know, select for the next map.
Yeah.
Be finding out in just a second as we get it up on the screen.
I've got a choice between Hollywood, Nimbani, and Kings Row. See what they decide to go with this hybrid map. Kings Row has been a popular pick lately, but Korean teams do like Hollywood.
Yeah, it's been
there you go.
Pretty much between those two, so not really surprising to see Hollywood come out. It's been a while since Nimbani has really made an appearance. I think we only saw it once or twice during the promotion tournament, so it tells you how long it's really been.
Yeah, it feels like lately we've just seen a lot of full holds on Nimbani, and that kind of scares teams away from going for it. But Hollywood, also to be fair, a map that you do see plenty of point A holds, but it just seems like from what we've seen in recent tournaments that Korean teams feel more comfortable on this map.
Yeah. I mean, this also opens up for some more versatile picks. Perhaps we'll see the Symmetra starting off on defense.
Yeah.
This has been one of the most popular maps that we really do see the new Symmetra coming out on, placing those turrets really far up onto the cars outside of the spawn of the attackers.
I could see that. Libero has a good chance to play the Mei as well if he wants to go for it. A lot of options here. As we move into our second map, we'll see if BK Stars can tie things up. Let's get in the game. All right, welcome to Hollywood. It's deserted right now. It's not a very exciting town to be in, but it doesn't matter. That robot dude, the Amic producer, director, whatever he is, he needs to get to his parking spot.
A bit of a jerk.
He could just walk there. It's like,
it would take
maybe a 2-minute walk.
It would take a much shorter amount of time for him to just walk to his trailer than to be escorted. And don't you think that the Overwatch division would have better things to do than to just escort this guy to his trailer?
See, that's why I feel like there must be some sort of secret mission we don't know about. We see the meta, obviously, with some pretty sick plays on King's Row, but we're on Hollywood, so enjoy your highlight.
Maybe he's producing the
Hoon's pretty good on Zarya, man. That's the lesson I got out of that.
Yeah, pretty much. But maybe he's producing the Overwatch animated film that everyone just keeps begging Blizzard for.
Maybe.
Would love to see that happen sometime.
Well, then we got to get him to that parking spot no matter how many people die in the process. Then it's all worth it if we get that Overwatch show.
Blood, sweat, and tears
made
this movie.
That's right. So, Meta Athena on the defense, starting things off. BK Stars will be on the offense. And I don't think we're going to see Burner on that Pharah. He's generally more of a tank player, but Pharah's pretty popular in the meta. And I've seen crazier things.
Looks like they are going to go ahead and start with this one.
Really?
So they're just going to be running a single tank with Alarm on the Winston. So really going to be looking for a heavy dive composition with Bernard just firing down from above. You can see already knocking them off that high ground. Knocks off 2. Going to be really good stuff. Make some prime targets for Bunny to go dashing into the pack line. But Saya player turns around because hits them right in the face with a shotgun blast, and that's going to put a pretty big stop to BK Stars' push.
Yeah, I mean, they went for the triple DPS. Okay, yeah, we're going to see him swap it up now. So the idea there was that you free up the Pharah for a lot of free firing, right? You have the Winston, you have the Tracer occupying the enemy team, and Pharah just kind of goes to town and gets the kills. But it didn't work out. Meta Athena was ready for it. They handled it very well. Bunny went down fast, and BK Stars immediately swapping to a bit more of a normal Hollywood Assault composition.
Yep, and now our tanks from the side of BK.
Oh, nice grab.
Multiplied like bunnies. It's going to be 3 of them coming through. Hook from Saya, not going to get too much of anything.
Bunny on the Roadhog now. Carpe on the Reaper. They're going to jump down to the low ground. The brawl begins. Carpe coming down, looking for that kill. Finds it on Saya player. Has to back away. Ooh, that's very low. He's got a Wraith form out of there, man. Meanwhile, Hoon able to hold strong. Proof did get the kill on the Saya player, so BK Stars drawing a little bit of blood, but not able to really assault point A in any sort of meaningful way yet.
Yeah, it's not enough for them to really break meta and push forward to get, not even a single tick.
This is great for the meta. I mean, right now they're getting really close to having a lot of ultimates available, and during this fight, they should have some abilities to use there.
Yeah, I mean, same could be said for meta, but already it's going to be the Graviton Surge thrown down, just siphoning them in. Hoon comes up with a double kill.
Well, that's the strength of Hoon Zarya that we were talking about as he cleans up this fight right now. Just a great Graviton Surge. Meta Athena maybe not, or BK Stars rather, not, expecting that right then. And now they've got 5 other ults to work with, so Meta Athena is still in a great spot here.
I love the constant just right-clicking to really accelerate himself so he can move forward faster, try to get that chase in onto Twinkle. Wasn't able to come up with a kill, but still just really good. These little micro plays coming out from Hoon really shows a mastery over this hero.
Oh, man.
As he dashes forward, can't get the kill onto Carpe quite yet. Burns them out really low. But all the same, BK, they just have to run for the hills.
Carpe had like literally 1 hit point at the end of that. He was so lucky. It didn't look like a very successful Earth Shatter at the beginning, but what I'm loving from Meta Athena right now is just sort of the efficiency of the ult usage here. They did use 3 there, but they still do have the sound barrier and the self-destruct left. Hoon's getting pretty close to another Graviton Surge, so they're being efficient about their usage. Let's see what BK Stars can do here. Sound Barrier used for both sides here. Libero hops that self-destruct, able to find one with it, and Hoon going crazy, not wanting to use that Graviton Surge, but I don't think he's going to need to.
Yeah, he doesn't have to, and that's the whole thing is that meta, they know they're able to restrain themselves from just popping out all of these ultimates. BK Stars, they still will have a couple to answer with, as they do have the Nano Boost, the Earth Shatter, and that Self-Destruct, and nearly a whole hog from Bunny.
Yeah.
But that's not a whole lot that's able to really break the point unless they can line up a gorgeous Earth Shatter. But so far, Alpha, he's there on this Reinhardt. He's got his shield up. He's going to be looking to block these. But that's Graviton Surge coming down from Hoon.
All right, Nano Boost used, but no, man, great Biotic Grenade. No healing coming through at all. And there's the self-destruct, but it gains BK Stars nothing. And now with just about 30 seconds left, they need to make this next push work, no matter what. This next push has to happen, or Meta Athena gets a full hold.
Yeah, I mean, 25 seconds left. BK used a bit there. They still have an Earth Shatter. They still have a whole hog, but they have no defensive ultimates, really, to utilize. And Meta still sitting with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Got her on the wall just in case, I guess, that hook not coming through. But he has a whole hog. Nuss has that Nano Boost. Let's see what he uses on. There we go. Coming in with the whole hog, just trying to push people back. Absorbed a lot with the defense matrix. Hoon gets the Nano Boost, as we see him given very often. And BK Stars, no chance there. They can't even go overtime. And a full hold for Meta Athena and Hollywood. Good start.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, and you see, only having that Nano Boost out from Nuss, it doesn't even matter for the meta. That's all that they need to rely on, because Hoon is such a prime target to pick that up on this Zarya, really showing such an absolute mastery of the hero. And BK Stars, they look a bit lost. They didn't even get a single tick on the capture for point A there on Hollywood, and now they also have the full hold just to force a tiebreaker to go to a best-of-1 on Oasis. It's not looking good for BK, and Meta, honestly, potentially getting ready to go up 2-0. This could just be a 3-0 shutout for them in this series.
You know, right now, you know, again, if you talk to teams about, you know, the practice that there's been going on in Korea right now, BK Stars is kind of known for going on tilt a little bit, and it's also a team that doesn't really have a primary shot caller, apparently. Everyone kind of shares in those duties, and so the focus tends to fall apart, it seems like, on BK Stars. And yeah, that's the word on the street anyway right now, and I feel like we saw that a little bit in the last one where, you know, I liked the hero changes they made after that initial sort of creative dive. Triple DPS thing didn't work, but after that, they just didn't really seem to be on the same page. And they kept trying to go through the left side stairs too, where I think maybe if you're gonna run that Reaper, you go for the frontal assault, you protect him as he fires up into the cafe or the second floor, and you make them come to you. But the BK Stars just, for whatever reason, not able to make that work, and Meta Athena in a great place to go, or a great situation to go up 2-0 in this best-of-5.
Yeah, and I don't think they ever even tried to send somebody to wrap around the backhand side, maybe, you know, catch like Nuss you know, off guard, but they never really attempted anything like that, just constantly went for the stairs, and they just couldn't gain the high ground. They just kept getting snuffed out every single time, but now Meta be pushing forward. Looks like Libero might be giving us a bit of a treat with this Hanzo on the first push. Yeah,
Hanzo's still a valid choice here if you're going to be running him offense on some of these hybrid maps. You see it a lot on, like, Eichenwald. It's another popular one for this. Dodging around the outside where BK Stars set up on Cafe. Here's where you want to take that left side stairway, where you don't have to break the second floor in this area. You can take it yourself, jump down. That's what they're going to do. And there's a kill on alarm already.
Yeah, but they did lose Alpha, so it's a bit of an exchange of the Reinhardt. Saya will go down as Bunny kills his counterpart. Roadhog, big hook into Libero, but actually not going to go down. Gets blocked, I believe, by the shield from Hoon.
Wow.
So will be staying alive for the time being. And I mean, look at this, a near wipe over onto BK Stars. Proof still sitting here, gets the sleep dart in onto Libero, but is it enough? No, he's going to get taken out by Nuss, and the cap is already coming through. The second tick about to happen, and BK look like they might just be losing this one here.
Well, you put a couple extra Z's in Hanzo's name for the nap he took right there, but overall, Libero has been just wrecking people on this pick, man. Needs a bit more healing? I guess not. They're just going to take it. That's the cap right there, and BK Stars down 0-2, and Meta Athena making a big impact in their first match here in Apex Season 2.
And I mean, this was, you know, the biggest criticism that we had of this team coming into this was whether or not they would be able to focus to not crack under the pressure of playing, you know, in front of the live audience this big. And so far, it seems like BK Stars are the team that are struggling. You mentioned they have that ability to tilt, that predisposition to just kind of lose focus of the game, and you would expect that more so of the really new team. BK Stars, obviously, there aren't really veterans at this point in Overwatch. It's still a very new game, but they definitely have veteran status over a team like Meta, but it seems like they're the ones that are actually cracking.
Yeah, we will see. Well, the good news for BK Stars is that we've got a bit of a commercial break coming up, so they've got a few minutes to kind of regroup, get themselves back into the game mentally, and ideally when we come back from map number 3, they'll be able to put up a little bit more of a fight. I was not expecting a 3-0 either way in this first best of 5, but especially not in Meta Athena's favor, not against a semi-final team from Season 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's not over yet. They still have an opportunity to bounce back.
That's right. When we come back, guys, game number 3 here in our first best of 5, OGN Apex Season 2 on OGN. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
물건이 왔군요. 네, 막히는 거예요. 아직 예, 그건 돌림병이에요. 예. 네.
원래 여기서 떨어지는 야, 저리가. 우와.
And welcome back to OGN Apex Season 2 with Doa and Achilleos. Monte Cristo will be back next week. Don't worry about it. But right now, if there's any worrying going on, it's going to be from the BK Stars side of things, because right now, Meta Athena up 2-0 in this best of 5. And, you know, I'd say this one could have gone either way at the beginning, but I did not expect it to be so one-sided in regards to Meta Athena. They're looking really good.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit back and forth on our capture point map of Ilios. I mean,
Sure.
BK Stars able to take out Ruin, so it wasn't just a 2-0 there for Meta, but still really strong showing on Hollywood, coming up with a full hold on point A. Granted,
Yeah.
Hollywood is one of the easier maps, as we were kind of discussing, for you to do that on. But, you know, not to discredit Meta, it was still really beautiful play coming through from them, and then Libero coming out on attack with that Hanzo doing such work, and they were able to cap it before he even had the ultimate ready to go. But
Yeah.
map 3, Temple of Anubis coming out. This is a match point for Meta. If they win this, they will go ahead and pick up their first victory in Apex Season 2 and send BK Stars to the bottom of the group.
That's right. So Temple of Anubis, the map we often see picked for the 2-point assault maps. And again, you know, just like Hollywood was a BK Stars choice, so is this map. We'll see if they can have a little bit more success on it. They need to. Otherwise, this first best of 5 is already going to be over. That'd be pretty surprising. And a little
really
bit
fast best of 5.
a little bit disappointing. I may shed a single tear that we don't get to see more games. I enjoy the pure escort maps. So let's see if we can get there, guys. BK Stars fighting for their lives in this best of 5. Meta Athena looking to get a 3-0 in their first match of Apex Season 2. Let's see who takes it. Time to get in the game. Welcome to Temple of Anubis, where apparently there's just this big god program just hanging out there. See, that's it. I think. Probably.
The really big sarcophagus.
He just stands there judging everyone. He's like, oh, that wasn't a very good graviton surge.
Well, definitely won't be saying that to Hoon.
Yeah, that's true. Man, the Hoon has been, I say
The
the
Hoon.
Hoon. He is the Hoon. Hoon has been, he's been great on this Zarya. Like, we knew he could be. He played very well on it during the promotional matches. Looks like he hasn't missed a beat since then. Libero, though, missing that jump on the Diva. How embarrassing.
For shame.
Well,
That is actually one of the best voice lines that you can spam
I
to somebody,
know, right?
like whenever they screw something up or you get the solo kill.
ooh, wow. Man, who needs to be Lucio to go bouncing around the maps, man? Do the pulse. I want to say rocket jump because I played a lot of Quake back in the day,
Yeah.
real tournament stuff, but I guess I'll say right click jump. I don't know.
Doesn't really roll off the tongue quite as well.
Yeah. BK Stars going for this triple DPS again. We'll see if it works a little bit better than it did on Hollywood. Meta Athena finds themselves on the defense to start things off once more.
It's going to be risky. I mean, if it doesn't pay off right here on the first push, you're damn sure there's going to be a lot of swaps coming through. Bernard maybe looking for that E. Will be
There
able
we
to
go.
knock Alpha down onto the low ground. That's going to be a nice opening here for BK, but can they capitalize? Can they come up with a couple kills? Bernard goes low as he gets sniped out by Nuss.
Oh, Bunny getting backlines. Goes after Saya player now. Trying to find that duel. Meanwhile, Carpe doing the damage he can do as well. Burner has not really been touched as of yet, but Hoon, yeah, really making a problem for him. He got the shield down onto Alpha, now just forcing that far back.
Yeah, one more hit there onto Bernard would have killed him. Nuss does go down though. Bunny able to find him in the back line.
we
Takes
go.
him out, and that's going to be a major opening here for BK Stars. Can they find more? That's going to be Hoon going down. 3 members killed on the side of Meta Athena and BK. They might have just found their opening.
Yeah, without the tanks, I think Meta Athena is going to have a very hard time holding this. And yeah, Carpe gets another one on the Saya player, and it looks like this time around the triple DPS sort of divey offense that BK Stars are running here is working out pretty well.
So now the question is, how long do they stick with this, Noah? Do they just try to ride this wave straight into the next point, blow their ultimates, and then swap off, or do they want to try to maintain this?
I think if Burner wasn't as close to Barrage as he is right now, they probably would swap him off of that. But you know, you might as well give it a shot. Generally, you don't see the Fair as much on point B here on offense, but we're going to see him give it a try. Bunny sneaking around the back here. Sai player over on the Road Dogg now.
They're going to be trying to just lock down Bunny as best as you can rather than just dueling him straight up in a 1v1. Bunny does go low, dashing into the back line, tries to get the kill onto Nuss. Won't be able to find it as the sound barrier comes out, and Carpe, he's getting taken for a ride. Alpha.
Can't reflect that.
Yeah, just pushes him straight into the back room, takes him out.
Boy.
And that'll be a nice hold here by Meta.
Yeah.
You can see BK not getting a whole lot done, but also not swapping off of that Pharah at the moment.
I'm a little bit surprised to see them not swap that. I mean, you can run the Pharah on point B. There's nothing necessarily wrong with it, aside from the fact that you have to get a little bit closer than you do on other points, so it's easier to be sort of mitigated. But, you know, he's going for it. It's not like we haven't seen it before.
Oh, he's getting a lot of damage in onto Chris, but
Not too
there we
bad.
go. He has to fall back. Libero just pushing right up into his face.
I mean, that's damage that just gets healed right away, though. So you're kind of just giving ult charge over to the supports as well if you're not really getting in there and getting the kills with that far. So, I just don't know about this. We'll see if he sticks around with it.
It's like an odd trade-off. He's actually going to go ahead
There we go,
and swap
yeah.
off onto the Diva. I mean,
That's
it is
a
an
better
odd
idea.
trade-off because you want to be hitting those rockets so you can build up the barrage. But at the same time, like you said, you are just giving ult charge over to Chris because he just keeps healing himself. So it's, you know, it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Well, in this
sort of
situation, there's no real safe place for Pharah to, you know, fire
boy.
for a long term. And here we go, Nuss coming in. Alpha does have the nano boost,
Oh,
ping,
dear.
Earth Shatter, and this is going to be a pretty solid defense for Meta Athena.
Yeah, I mean, he popped
They got
the
3
kill
there.
on to Prove just with the Earth Shatter coming through, takes him out. And that is going to be pretty much a team kill coming through from Meta. A bit of a delayed one,
Hello,
but they
play
get
of
it in
the
the
game.
end.
That's that. And so Libero in probably a spot where you want to hang out at the most as a Diva player playing defense here. Want to take that high ground and harass as much as possible. Prove on the BK Star side of things does have that nano boost, as we can see. But other than that, not a whole lot to work with. They'll probably have the sound barrier soon too. Yeah, they'll have that at least. Hoon's ready though, man. He's got the Graviton Surge.
Just so far away from every other ultimate here for BK.
Yeah, but the bigger bang, man. That could end a push real fast.
Yeah, precisely. I mean, if Meta can just pull that off, then it's going to be great for them. But BK, they're struggling a little
here
bit.
we go.
Hook comes through on Hoon. He's going to be all right. Throws on the Graviton Surge. They go low. They'll pick up on the Bernard, but they're losing multiple members as Chris and Player goes down. Alpha and Nuss to follow. Big opening here for BK Stars as just Libero is left alive. They're going to charge straight in onto the point and try to establish some dominance. Libero throwing down that self-destruct should buy a little bit of time, but no, the shield is out from Alarm to delay. Throws out that Earth Shatter. Catches Chris, knocking him down, but a big sleep dart comes through to lock up the Reinhardt. He'll get charged on.
Yeah, they're going to have both teams drop the sound barrier. Player came in and nearly took out the opposing Ana. Bunny, meanwhile, looking for his own kill on one of the supports, not finding it quite yet. Libero pushing back, and it looks like BK Stars will exit without getting a single tick on that control meter.
Yeah, wow. I mean, that is most shocking thing about that push is that they couldn't even get a single tick. Really good delay by Libero,
Well,
but just good response coming through from Meta. It was a little bit staggered, so they were able to come back. There wasn't that major delay between Libero going down and the rest of the team coming up.
We saw Hoon maybe go a little bit too deep initially in that fight in the defense, so Libero smartly pulled back, saved his self-destruct. Honey gets a kill on the Alpha. Another push, pretty much stuffed it looks like, is I don't think Hoon's going to survive very long. Nano Booster, no. Yeah, he does go down. But yeah, just really good defense so far by Meta Athena. Good sleep dart onto Carpe, and he's going to get stuck. Takes a lot of damage, manages to stay awake, and
that
there's the
hook.
revenge on the Player. Great hook from Carpe.
Yeah, really good follow-up to just get rid of that pesky Tracer. But again, I mean, BK starts to get these picks. Things look good. Carpe, okay, well, they take out, they take out Alpha with the Pulse Bomb. Carpe gets that big hook on the Player, but they still can't push in. BK starts at this point, they just have to kind of poke forward, build up as many ultimates as they possibly can, and then try to just dump them all and push in and get the cap. It just hasn't been working out so far. It's 2 minutes left on the clock, so Meta have been holding really firmly after losing that point A really quickly.
Oh, Graviton Surge just tossed in there once again, and oh, it is brutal, man, as Alpha just hammers everybody, man. MC Hammer would be a little bit jealous of the hammer time skills of Alpha right now.
He just played swing to win right there. As that Earth Shatter ready to go, didn't have to layer it in with the rest of the CC. It was just enough off that Graviton Surge. And I mean, if we've learned anything about Hoon, it's like he just used the Graviton Surge. You know he's going to have another one available before that clock hits 0.
He builds it so fast, and I can't wait until we have that stat more easily accessible where we can see, ults gained per minute for players, because I think it's going to be a pretty good litmus. Libero. Way to go, just kind of holding the line there. There's the sound barrier for Meta Athena as they try to stay alive. Bunny gets one on Nuss without the Ana. That might be a bit dangerous, but they do push everybody else back. That said, Libero's going to have to delay again with this self-destruct perhaps.
Really
Goes
good
in.
block.
Yeah, there's the sound barrier though. BK Star's in a bit of trouble. The respawn's starting to come in for Meta Athena. They don't even have a single tick yet again on that control meter. Libero biding his time. He's got the nano boost, but no targets to use it on.
Yep, a minute remaining. Meta, they will still hold firm, and BK just struggled time and time again.
I mean, I think that was
break
it.
through.
I think that was really BK Star's last chance. They've got, one, maybe two more pushes here, but they're just not going to have a lot of ults to use with it.
I mean, it's going to be one more push. They're going to throw out that self-destruct, maybe try to catch somebody. It won't connect.
That was
Bunny
a little
actually
bit.
goes into the back line, and they take out Alpha, who is way too far forward. That could actually be a major opening here for BK. So Meta really misplaying that, losing 3 members.
I'm really not a big fan of that self-destruct used by Libero so liberally, I guess, and that's going to cost him, I think. Meta Athena getting a little bit too over-aggressive with the defense, but look at this. Chris sitting way up on the wall, preventing that control meter from building. We've seen Lucio Zoom's forth. They don't notice him yet.
And this is just wonderful delay tactics coming through from Chris. And, I mean, BK, that looked like it was it. They had 3 members taken down on Meta. They still do, but you can see the Meta, they regain control over the point, and BK just lose members left and right. They can't get anybody on top of it, and that's just going to be it.
Yeah, I mean, Libero. Or what can you say? Lucio, rather.
Wow.
Doing a great job of just delaying things for Meta Athena. And you have to always check those ceilings, man. I mean, they had a little bit of time where there was no one else really to fight. You got to find that Lucio, take him down. Otherwise, you get the respawns, and you can't deal with those.
I mean, that's going to be so frustrating if you're BK Stars, because the Meta Athena basically handed over a capture straight into their hands, and they still couldn't pull it off.
Yeah.
Throwing out the self-destruct that way that we saw Libero do, really ill-advised. I mean, let's get a flashback here.
Yeah, it was really all about Chris. Look at that. They're occupied on the low ground as the respawns come in, and nobody's worrying about that Lucio, and that's all the time you need to get that the end of the hold there.
Yeah, I mean, really just good swaps back and forth, knowing when he needs that speed boost to be able to make the next jump. So really good performance by him to delay, but I mean, this has got to be affecting you so much mentally if you're BK Stars at the moment.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they got pick on both tanks of Meta Athena. Or 2 of the tanks, rather. Hoon and Alpha both went down, and they still couldn't push in for the capture. So rough stuff by them, and now they need to basically come up with a full hold here on point A.
Yep. So we'll see what what Meta Athena has planned here today. I don't know if we're going to see Saya player on this Zarya. That'd be a little bit surprising. I think we're probably going to see some swaps. Twinkle just walks right up, looks in the doorway, and yeah, I think Meta Athena trying to hold this. Libero on the Pharah now.
I mean, they could go for this. I mean, one of the things about Meta is how big their hero pools really are. Now Saya swapping over to the Widowmaker.
This looks more like it, yeah. And Chris on the Zenyatta, too. A great pick, I think,
that's
for this map.
That's a really aggressive first snipe.
Yeah, just looking for that high ground Ana that sits there a lot of times.
I'll be able to find it, though. Libero going up into the air, trying to pop them off of that high ground.
Yep.
Saya hasn't been able to find a whole lot of anything yet. Can expect that he's going to drop onto the top of the archway.
So far, Libero more or less untouched. If they keep that Ana pinned down, it's going to be really hard for BK Stars to handle this Pharah. Libero going in now. Another thing that really enables this Pharah, too, is the Discord Orb coming in for Chris. Helps out Saya player as well. He's going to get pushed away, though, by Man Carpe. Whoa, he pops him out of the mech, though. Oh, he can't handle the Mini Diva. That happens sometimes. Don't feel so bad.
Yeah, will get taken out, but still a really aggressive push forward to go ahead and pop that Max Saucy. Feel pretty good about that one. He will respawn and come back in, but you can see Libero and Hoon both go down. Nuss, you got to get tacked right onto the end of that.
Yeah.
So that's basically going to be the team kill coming through for BK, who will hold firmly so far to start things off. And Meta not really swapping anything up yet. Looks like Saya's playing around with it. He's going to be going over to the McCree. So this is his most played hero during the promotion tournament. So now getting ready to show this off.
Yep. Here we go. He's going for it. Bunny ready, though, on the Tracer. A little bit of damage because he vacates the high ground there. They go back up with the rewind, but coming in behind Meta Athena. And Meta Athena in a lot of trouble. They've already lost half their teammates. This push is pretty much stuffed. Alarm getting a few more.
Wow. Triple
And
kill for him.
yeah, BK Stars, really strong defense at the moment.
And this is really good to see if you're BK Stars. They like I said, they need to full hold this point if they want the guaranteed victory to walk away with a map and finally put themselves on the board to, you know, deny that 3-0 win here from Meta Athena. Still just 2 minutes left for Meta. It's going to be a Graviton Surge coming out from Bernard.
Well, he saw that one coming a mile away, and a lot of members of Meta Athena trapped in there. They do pop the sound barrier, and they survive the initial push, and they're going to fight back a little bit. Saya player's so low. Needs to be very careful. Finally gets the healing, though. And they're going to try to move to the point.
Looks like they might just be able to do so. They're going to pop that mech, but the self-destruct comes through. Will it catch anybody? Hoon able to stand right behind the centerpiece there.
Yeah, I guess
fountain and keeps himself alive.
I guess that does protect you. Meta Athena losing a few people, though, but they're on the point for the moment. Star's coming back. Saya player has that Deadeye. Hard to use it, though, when you're taking this point A, and it looks like BK Stars is going to back off. No, they're coming back in. Last minute.
They have the rest of the team really pushing forward. Carpe almost has the mech, 86%. They actually get Saya player. That's going to be a really big opening, but Hoon has the Graviton Surge thrown down, just spamming those right clicks on top of him. They'll come up with 3 kills, but Bunny answers one onto Chris, has that pulse bomb, tosses it out, comes up with another one as the Zarya goes down. But Meta, they're still sitting onto the point. They're still trying to take this up as best as they can, and Bunny, he walks way too close to Alpha, gets smacked in the face with a hammer, and that will be the cap going over to Meta Athena. Really hard fought by BK Stars. 5 minutes, though, on the clock for Meta. They need to hold this second point to force the tiebreaker.
Really good news, though, for Meta Athena is they do have a lot of ults coming into this one, including that Transcendence. Going to keep them alive, presuming that Proof doesn't hit that Platter Grenade. And while they're sneaking around the right side, BK Stars may not be expecting this coming. Oh, Earthshatter comes through, and they do manage to catch Hoon, but the sound barrier keeps them up for the moment. Yeah, and there's that Transcendence. Keeping everyone heals, but they need kills to go along with this. Saya player popping Diva out of the mech there.
Oh, there we go. Straight. That flashbang straight into the hammer swing. Can he beat Bunny? No, he cannot. Bunny is able to take him out. Sound barrier pop now by BK Stars, trying to hold as best as they can, but it looks like Twinkle may still go down, and he does. Chris able to pick up the kill, kicking him right in the face.
Man,
Meta almost have that second tick.
Discord Orb is making it so easy for Alpha to just destroy people with the Reinhardt in this small point, and that is a bigger bang combo for BK Stars. Carpe grabbing 2 with the help of Burner, of course, in that Graviton Surge, and that's the hold. It was looking dangerous. 1 tick on the control meter taken by Meta Athena, but BK Stars holds in the end.
Yep. So still better, better advance on the second point than BK Stars had, but I mean, Meta, they did use quite a bit in that exchange. Now need to build up that nano boost, finish building up this Graviton Surge, but the sound barrier from Chris is still a ways away. So Meta, they have limited tools to work with on this push, but BK Stars also, having to use a lot to maintain. Alpha goes in, doesn't find anybody with the charge. The self-destruct won't connect. Throws out the Earth Shatter. Yeah, that's going to be a big one as he takes out both of the healers of BK solo.
Man, Alpha's just the MVP of this one in my mind so far. This push has been going great because of him, and he will die here.
Is that it? They got the second tick. It's starting to work its way up.
I was going to say, yeah, they've got 2 ticks, and they're on the verge of winning this one, and not just winning this one, but winning the entire match as well.
Here comes Twinkle.
I don't know, he's doing it. These Lucios, man.
There we go.
Okay, Nuss takes him down. Did he buy enough time, though, for the respawns? That's the question.
Mana boost comes out onto Carpe, has that mech ready to go. Saya going to go ahead and recall out. Doesn't have much charge for that pulse bomb. Gets that big heal tonight coming out, and he's actually going to get taken out by Bunny. This could be the hold coming through from BK Stars as they just work through member after member of Meta Athena. Looks like they might have the hold in the end.
I was so close. And they're going to leave Libero alive for just a bit longer. Try to create that staggered respawn. That will be in their favor. But, man, BK Stars holds on just barely. Again, that one last tick on the control meter is all that stands between them and losing this best of 5 to Meta Athena.
And honestly, this shifts an advantage right back into BK Stars' favor. They, won out that hold without many ultimates to expend, but now they have that Earth Shatter. They have the self-destruct. The Graviton Surge about to come in for Bernard on top of that Pulse Bomb from Bunny, so they have that big bang combo. You can see the Pulse Bomb thrown out, not going to find anybody.
Oh, we got Hoon. Uh-oh, Hoon somehow caught with that self-destruct. And yeah, Meta Athena going to have to vacate pretty quick here.
Yeah, just need to cut their losses and come right back into this one. They do have that sound barrier up for this push.
Yeah, there's a good chance they're going to have 5 ults coming into this next one, though. If they can poke a little bit, build those, they're going to have pretty much everything except for Graviton Surge.
Just looks like now they're starting to struggle. And not having that Graviton Surge, that's been one of the biggest staples in their performance so far in this set. So Hoon not having it could be a little bit damning. Alpha pushing forward, won't find the charge onto Alarm, and he won't find anybody as well, just charging into the walls. Bit of a mess here with both the Reinhardts just pushing back and forth, but you can see the Graviton Surge coming out, self-destruct, thrown down, won't find anybody. Libero actually does kill Carpe, and it's just even exchanges on both sides. Saya trying to make up for that as he does take out Bernard. Bunny will fall. Saya just doing all of the work that the rest of his team could not. But now the Nano Boost goes out onto Alarm, just trying to buy some time. He'll take out Hoon, and BK, they might just have done it.
Yeah, I think they almost certainly have. Meta Athena, they've got one more push in them, but they don't really have any ults to use with it. And where Twinkle has the sound barrier available for BK Stars, they should be able to hold this one and force the tie. That doesn't necessarily mean that they can't win it right here, though, because then we do go to that tiebreaker.
I mean, this is a do-or-die time for Meta Athena to avoid that tiebreaker. Have just the one ultimate. Granted, it's probably the most valuable one with that Graviton Surge. Let's see if Hoon can line it up perfectly. They shove in 14 seconds on the clock. We'll be going into that overtime shortly. You can see it comes down. Shield is there, and that's going to be Saya player getting popped immediately as Bernard takes him out.
Now, Bunny on the Mei right now, trying to just stay alive with the ice wall. I don't know. Libero seems to look like they may just have it. There's the self-destruct. Can he force him off the point long enough to maybe take this one?
He's trying to save it as long as he possibly can. Alpha does go down, though. He goes ahead, tosses it out, goes into the Baby Diva, buys some time. They shove off, but they haven't gained much on the meter yet.
Meta Athena getting a few members back on the point to try to keep this attack going, but we are into overtime right now. And Meta Athena, this is it, man. They got to make this work right here. Carpe does have that self-destruct. Can they possibly avoid it? Nobody dies to that, but BK Stars getting a little bit more time on the point. There's the overtime going away. Oh, they managed to keep it alive. Oh, nice charge, keeping Alarm off of there, or Alpha off of there, rather, and they'll tie it up.
Now, really nicely done. That was the breath of life that we've been waiting to see from BK Stars since map 1. Are able to hold on to that second point, and they'll be forcing that tiebreaker. So a best of one for Oasis to potentially, figure out who is going to be winning this best of 5, our first of the day.
Yep.
Because if Meta can walk away with that, they'll have the win on the board.
So we will see what happens here as we get ready for this next one. This is going to be our first tiebreaker of the season. A 1-1 draw on Temple of Anubis. And like we mentioned, the tiebreakers we were told earlier last week were on Oasis, so I would imagine that still holds true today, but we'll find out.
We could be surprised.
We could be. You never know. We kind of, have to wing it here sometimes, but I've been winging it in esports broadcast in Korea for a lot of years, Achilleos.
Sometimes it works out.
Yep.
Sometimes doesn't.
That's right.
But so far, so good. So we'll just be assuming that it's Oasis until we see us loading up onto the map.
And that one could really go either way as we look at the play of the game. Of course, it's going to be a Reinhardt one because, man, these Reinhardts are just wrecking people. But just to kind of go back to talking about the control point that we're running into here, if you go back to Ilios, that did go back and forth. It ended up going to the third point on that. So when it comes to control maps, either one of these teams could win it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that was, one of the, outside of Temple of Anubis right there from BK Stars, that was the closest contest that we've seen so far was Ilios.
Yeah.
Lots of back and forth exchanges. But again, BK, they did come out on top, so that could be a bit worrisome as we move into this tie break.
Yeah, time to break this tie. We'll see if Meta Athena can take it right here, or BK Stars gives himself a new lease on life in this best of 5. We're going to Oasis for the first time this season. Let's see who takes it. All right, it looks like we're going to City Center here, I believe.
Okay.
For Oasis. Watch out for those cars.
Yeah.
Unless you're Zarya, then those cars are your best friend.
Yep. Want to welcome that 40% charge.
Yeah.
Be quite nice.
The jump pad.
Gonna get our first look at the jump pad.
I love jump pads. They're one of my favorite FPS mechanics.
I mean,
I'm happy.
you talk
I'm
about
happy they're in Overwatch.
You talk about Quake. You talk about UT.
Yeah.
Classic first-person shooters. high action, high, fast-paced arena.
Man, I remember being in high school with the first computer I ever built, playing just like the demo of Unreal Tournament over and over and over again, because I didn't have internet back then.
The original.
We lived way out in the country. Yeah, the original Unreal Tournament. Not the original Unreal, but Unreal Tournament.
Yeah.
And, yeah, one of my many FPS loves.
I'm a bit of a baby. My first UT was actually 2K4.
Ah, well.
But I mean, it's a pretty good one to start off with, I would say.
It's okay.
All right, here we go. This is gonna
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. Overwatch is better than all of them, so it's no big deal. That Athena looking to win this one 3-0. The tiebreaker on Oasis here. Bunny, of course, on the Tracer again. Libero on the Reaper this time around, chasing some people off the high ground. Libero getting a little bit low here. Has to be careful. Bunny backing away. And
playing with
Bunny,
fire. Oh,
I was
yeah.
going to say, yeah, not able to really get a lot done with that. Nuss with 2 right off the bat. That's some bloodthirsty support, and Meta Athena will take the control point early.
Yeah, that's going to be a really nice start to things. I mean, Bunny had that good wraparound coming up with the jump pad, shoving Meta Athena off of the high ground, but then just really overstaying, dropped down below 70 HP, still didn't pop the recall, and then pays with it with his life, and that just leads to the rest of BK Stars getting taken out. So Meta with a really nice early cap onto the starting point. You can see Side Player 70% onto that Pulse Bomb.
Yep.
We'll have that built up rather quickly, and that can make or break a push here from BK Stars as they try to retake this point.
Well, Bunny coming back in, but gets chased away by Side Player immediately. There's a self-destruct. No kills off of that, though. Side Player getting even close to that Pulse Bomb. Oh, kill on the Carpe, though. Nuss finishing it off. Nuss has been getting so many kills, man. Somebody's got to handle this guy. Finally, Burner goes up on the high ground, but he runs into Hoon, who's ready to defend that Ana.
Yeah, he gets taken out right off the bat. Bunny, though, has to go ahead and pop that recall. Got
low.
shot by Nuss, and he is going to have to just retreat back with the rest of his team. So Meta, they hold quite nicely. Do lose Nuss right at the end there. Now you can see popping that mech. From Bernard, he throws out the self-destruct. And
I don't know about that
is,
self-destruct there. That was
really poor
yeah, I think that was
decision to throw that
unwise.
out. There's no one there.
No.
In a really easy corridor that you can just hide behind. So very ill-advised by Bernard. And he'll pay for that one. Now has to build up that self-destruct yet again. But they do get a pick onto Chris.
Yeah, he's got some support up there, man. Alarm and Bunny came with him. So now they're going to drop to the low ground. Chris does go down like you mentioned. So Meta Athena scrambling a little bit here. If Chris can get back in time, he's got the sound barrier. The BK Stars building a little bit of control meter already. Nuss finally taken out. There goes Libero. And the sound barrier, I think, coming in a little bit late. This point may be already lost here.
Yeah, really good tracking by Bunny right there to help pick up 2 kills. He will get jumped on. Sound barrier comes out from Meta. They'll keep holding this. 94% on the clock. Self-destruct thrown out by Hoon. Again, a little bit of an odd decision to toss it out there. Wasn't really in a position to catch many people.
Oh, Carpe on the McCree now, too.
This is into overtime already, though. At 99% is here from Meta. BK Stars, they have to retake this
Oh!
immediately, but look at that. 2 kills picked up as Carpe and Bernard both fall. And this is going to make it really tough for BK to really stand a chance.
Now, BK Star is just not able to gain control at this point again. I gotta say, Meta Athena has just done a great job of holding that high ground, peeling for their supports, keeping Nuss and Chris alive for the most part, and it's really enabled them to win this one here. Libero, he goes ahead, pops a celebration Death Blossom, and gets a celebration couple kills, and a lot of joy in that Meta Athena booth as they will win their first match of Apex Season 2, and they're going to win it 3-0.
Yeah, really nicely done. BK Stars, clearly a lot of things to work on as they get ready for their next map, because, I mean, we talked about it. It seems like these guys are really sensitive to, losing their focus. If they start losing these games, they start losing these maps, and that kind of did show through. They regained themselves for Temple of Anubis. Maybe that break in between maps 2 and 3 helped them out, but overall, Meta Athena, really strong start from this young roster of guys with their debut into Apex Season 2.
Well, they look very good, and I agree that their play overall looked a bit more calm, I think, even than BK Stars. Yeah, I don't know if it was tilting. I'm not sure if it was just kind of shot calling, but either way, BK Stars just kind of getting outplayed. Man, Nuss, play of the game for Ana, and you're going to see why. This guy did such a great job of not only keeping his teammates alive, but doing tons of damage. Look at that.
Yeah, comes up with a double kill, taking out Twinkle especially.
Man.
Was the really crucial pickup. So really good performance by Nuss. And, I mean, clearly has a strong showing as a shot caller as well for this team, because a 3-0 victory is nothing to shake a stick at if you're the other teams in this group.
I would say so. So, A pretty quick first best of 5, a little bit quicker than we were thinking here. But that means we just get to move to our second one sooner, which is great because it's going to be Lunatic High versus Afrika Freaks Red Band, and that is going to be, hopefully, a bit of a closer best of 5, but either way, two very good teams to keep an eye on.
I think it definitely will be a closer best of 5. I mean, Lunatic High, considered one of the best teams in the world, arguably best team in Korea at the time of the Apex Season 1 final, despite the fact that Afrika Freaks Blue was able to make the final. Everyone kind of thought like, oh, you know what, I really thought Lunatic High was going to make their way there. Unable to do so, so now they get time to redeem themselves, go up against the sister team of Afrika Freaks Blue in red. So newly qualified into Apex